Okay, so let's unpack this. Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we take your sources, could be articles, research, maybe your own notes, and we really pull out the most important knowledge, the key insights.
Yeah, think of it like we're giving you a shortcut through all the noise. We help you find those surprising facts, the crucial takeaways that might be buried deep in the details.
Exactly. And today we are doing a deep dive using source material all about Korean beauty trends for 2025. I mean, for so long, South Korea has really been seen as this innovation lab for skincare and beauty globally.
That's absolutely right. And the goal here, based on your material, is to really get a handle on what's bubbling up in Seoul right now. What these shifts mean, not just for the industry, but, well, for you, and how you might even approach your own routine.
We're going to dig into some really fascinating areas. Things like cutting-edge ingredients that almost sound like science fiction, and smart tech integration getting really personal. Plus, new ways of thinking about routines like minimalism, and even how ethics and sustainability are, shaping the products themselves.
It's a market that just moves incredibly fast, always pushing boundaries. I mean, Korea historically led the way, didn't it? Introduced things we kind of take for granted now, BB creams, sheet masks.
Ocean compacts, yeah. And your sources really seem to highlight why it stays ahead. It sounds like it's driven by this hyper-competitive market.
Totally. It pushes brands into these really rapid R&D cycles, so they get innovative stuff out to people faster than almost anywhere else.
But maybe the biggest driver, it seems, is the consumer over there.
Oh, absolutely. Your sources nail this. They're described as incredibly demanding, really ingredient aware, super tech savvy, and just always looking for what's next. What they get excited about today often becomes a global thing tomorrow.
Okay, so with that stage set, let's jump into the first big area your sources flag. How skincare science itself is, leveling up. It's moving way beyond just, basic hydration or anti-aging.
Yeah, it's getting much more sophisticated. And what's really interesting here is this jump into deeper biological understanding. We're seeing something the sources are calling microbiome-focused skincare 2.0.
Microbiome 2.0. Okay, wait. How is that different from what we've already seen with, probiotics?
That's a really good question. The insight seems to be it's less about just adding live bacteria onto the skin.
Right.
It's more about actively nurturing the skin's existing good bacteria. So products are using things like postbiotics. Think of those as the beneficial byproducts that good bacteria make and advanced fermented extracts.
Ah, okay.
To specifically feed and balance that healthy skin flora you've already got. Brands like Dr. Jart Plus and Intray are apparently key players here.
Gotcha. So supporting the ecosystem that's already working for you. And the 2.0 part.
Yeah.
That suggests tech is involved, right?
Precisely. The sources mentioned personalized microbiome testing kits becoming more common, so you'd swab your skin, send it off. An analysis happens often with AI involved, and that generates a routine specific to your skin's unique bacterial situation. That's personalization down to the microscopic level.
Wow, okay. That's pretty intense.
Yeah.
And is this related? Your sources also talk about something called neurocosmetics, this mind-skin connection idea.
Yes, exactly. It taps into this field called psychodermatology, basically, how your psychological state impacts your skin.
Okay.
But the really cutting-edge claim here is that these products are designed to reduce stress, not just by, calming your mind, but potentially by acting at a cellular level in the skin itself.
How? How would that even work? That sounds kind of wild.
It does, doesn't it? The sources suggest they're using ingredients like adaptogens. Those are compounds that help the body handle stressors.
Right, I've heard of those.
And magnesium and specific peptides formulated to actually target the skin's cortisol receptors. The idea is by calming the skin's stress response directly, you're influencing that whole interconnected system. Alania's Neurobalance Cream is mentioned as an example. It aims to soothe both the skin barrier and potentially tap into that nervous system link.
Okay, that really connects skin health to overall well-being in a totally new way. That's where it gets really interesting for me.
It really shows how K-beauty innovation isn't just about what you see on the surface, right? It's looking at these deeper biological systems. And on the routine side, we're seeing ideas like skin cycling, which got popular globally, being taken to another level in Korea.
Ah, yeah, the whole rotating your active ingredients thing.
Yes, but the Korean style adds seasonality into the mix. It's about integrating routines based on the actual time of year.
Okay, how so?
Well, like in summer, you might focus on ingredients like fermented rice water or green tea lighter, antioxidant stuff. Then in winter, you'd pivot to heavier things like ceramides and lipid serums to really fortify the skin against cold, dry air.
So adapting your routine, not just day-to-day with actives, but fundamentally shifting product types and ingredients based on the season,
Mm,
that actually makes a lot of practical sense for supporting the skin barrier through different weather.
exactly. It's a much more nuanced, sort of reactive approach to skin cycling.
Okay, moving on from the deep science stuff.
Yeah.
Your sources also highlight a pretty big shift in how people are approaching those, famous multi-step routines. Remember the whole 10-step
Oh,
thing?
yeah, that's definitely evolving. The trend is being called minimalism is the new maximalism.
Right.
But the insight isn't just about cutting steps to save time. It's about more intentional, smarter layering. Fewer products maybe, but each one works harder.
So streamlined routines are key, but using products that are just packed with benefits, like multitaskers.
Exactly that. Hybrid products are huge. Think of like Essence toner serum hybrids.
Yeah.
They might hydrate, treat pigmentation, and protect the barrier all in one bottle. It's getting multiple high-impact steps done at once. Your sources mention Mixum bean essence as a good example, apparently. It's sometimes called kombucha for your face.
Huh. I love that nickname. Okay. And tied into this is the return of skip care. Now, does that just mean like getting lazy with your routine?
No, not at all lazy. It means strategically skipping steps that are non-essential based on how your skin feels that day.
Oh.
It's about smarter, more edited care, not just skipping for the sake of it. Brands like Round Lab and Beauty of Kuseon are apparently promoting these simpler but still effective, like 3-step core routines for morning and night.
Okay, so it's about being more intuitive, less rigid.
Got it.
And I notice cleansing is getting smarter too, in this minimalist way.
Absolutely. We're seeing a rise in things like enzyme powders and low pH cleansing gels. The focus isn't just on stripping everything off.
Right, the squeaky clean feel isn't the goal anymore.
Exactly. It's about preserving that crucial skin barrier we talked about, being incredibly gentle. It's mindful cleansing, taking off what needs to come off, but without messing up the skin's natural defenses.
It really sounds like protecting the skin barrier is this like foundational principle running through multiple trends, from the science side to the routine philosophy.
It absolutely is. A healthy barrier is just seen as the non-negotiable starting point for any effective routine. And yeah, the trends definitely reflect that deep understanding.
Speaking of understanding and sort of leveraging it, your sources point to technology playing a much bigger role now, the rise of AI and skincare tech.
Yeah, this is where Korea's incredible tech savviness really fuses with beauty. Smart skincare mirrors and apps are becoming, well, a reality.
Wait, like a mirror that analyzes your face every morning? That sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
It kind of is, right? AI-powered mirrors that scan your skin daily, assess its condition, dryness, redness, whatever, and then suggest products based on those real-time findings. A more Pacific Skintelligent app is highlighted. It apparently pairs with this tech to give daily recommendations and help you actually track how your skin is responding over time.
That is hyper-personalization based on daily feedback, like having a little smart coach just for your skin.
Pretty much. And this tech thing extends to at-home facial devices, too. They're becoming more affordable, more effective. Think LED masks, ultrasonic cleansers, iontophoresis tools.
I've definitely seen more of those popping up globally. But it sounds like Korea is really pushing them forward. The Foreo Bear is mentioned, but also Korean competitors like Ellen Cilia Skin Gym.
Exactly. They're bringing treatments that used to be clinic-only right into your home. It empowers consumers with more tools, and taking personalization even further, subscription-based skincare boxes are evolving.
How do those work in this new tech landscape? Is it just random samples?
No, it's way beyond that now. The model mentioned for brands like HUXLE Labs apparently starts with something like a cheek swab analysis.
Get out.
Yeah. An app uses that genetic data, maybe current skin needs analysis too, and then they deliver a truly custom-formulated skincare routine to you monthly, and they can adjust it as your needs change.
Okay, so that's science, tech, personalization, and convenience all rolled into one.
Yeah.
That's a really powerful combination for reaching people.
It really shows how they're using tech not just as a gimmick, but for genuine effectiveness and tailoring routines like never before.
Let's shift gears to ingredients, because K-Beauty is always introducing us to new heroes or finding really innovative ways to use familiar ones. What are your sources flagging as the next big things to watch?
Yeah, this is where the science really hits the product shelf, doesn't it? Your sources highlight a significant upgrade for a classic, Ginseng 4.0.
Ginseng. Okay, that's been a K-beauty staple forever. What makes this version 4.0?
It's about moving to much more potent, more bioavailable forms, specifically using things like red ginseng stem cell ferment filtrate.
Well,
Brands like Sowasu and Donginbi are leveraging these sort of high-tech versions. The suggestion is they offer faster, more noticeable anti-aging and revitalizing results.
okay, so taking a traditional powerhouse ingredient and supercharging it with biotech. Cool. What else is emerging?
Mugwort is getting reimagined. It's been known for ages for soothing properties, right?
Yeah, calming stuff.
But now we're seeing nano-emulsified mugwort water. This means the particles are broken down incredibly small,
Okay.
which allows for much deeper penetration into the skin. That's particularly helpful for calming really angry, acne-prone, or reactive skin more effectively than before.
Ah, so the delivery system itself makes a big difference, even for an ingredient we thought we knew.
Absolutely. And interestingly, we're seeing a shift in the very base of many products, moving away from just plain water
Replacing the water. With what?
with active rich liquids like bamboo sap and birch juice. These aren't just fillers, you see. They inherently contain beneficial compounds, antioxidants, minerals, hydration boosters. So they replace plain water with these liquids that are already providing benefits right from the start of the formula.
So the foundation of the product is actually doing some work, not just being a carrier. That's smart formulation.
It really is. And here's one that definitely caught my eye from your sources. Skin barrier Botox.
Okay, that sounds ambitious. Is it actually Botox? Please tell me it's not actual Botox in a cream.
No, definitely not. It's a nickname. It refers to a specific peptide blend, acetyloctopeptide 3.
Right, peptides. See those around.
Yeah, they're like signaling molecules for the skin.
Yeah.
This particular blend, found in anti-aging lines from brands like Medicute and Toradin, gets nicknamed Botox Light because the sources suggest it might work by sort of temporarily inhibiting the tiny muscle contractions in the skin that cause dynamic wrinkles.
Ah, okay. Similar mechanism, but topical.
Similar idea, yeah. Topically, perhaps more mildly, and crucially, while also supporting that all-important barrier function.
Okay, a topical peptide aiming for a similar kind of effect. That's where things get really interesting. What about night treatments? Anything new there?
Yes, and it links back to the body's natural rhythms. There's a trend around melatonin-boosting night creams.
Melatonin, like the sleep hormone. You put that on your skin.
That's the idea. The sources mention it being used topically. The thinking is it helps align the skin's own circadian rhythm, its natural day-night repair cycle. So it optimizes those overnight recovery and repair processes. A Unique Night Reset Cream is cited as an example doing this.
Wow. Integrating actual sleep science directly into skincare product design. That's a completely new angle.
It just shows how they're drawing inspiration and research from all sorts of fields, biology, wellness, you name it.
Now, it's not just about the skincare itself, is it? Your sources also cover how makeup is changing. It feels like makeup is getting a skin-first makeover.
Oh, definitely. This is a significant trend. The lines are just blurring completely between makeup and skincare now. Makeup isn't just about color and coverage anymore. It's really expected to actively benefit your skin while you wear it.
Right.
Serum foundations are a prime example.
So lightweight foundations packed with skincare goodies.
Exactly. Lightweight, often sheer formulas. They're infused with SPF, niacinamide, peptides, soothing stuff like centella. Brands like Hera and Espor are mentioned as leaders here, basically making your foundation act like an extra layer of serum, protecting and treating your skin all day long.
That just makes so much sense, doesn't it? Integrating care into products you wear for hours anyway.
Yeah.
And does it extend to lips, too?
Yes, absolutely. Lip tints are now often formulated with SPF and ceramides. It's about adding that essential sun protection and barrier repair right into your lip color, which, frankly, should be standard practice everywhere, but often isn't.
Tell me about it.
Ramond is highlighted for doing this well.
Lip sunscreen is so crucial. Glad to see that becoming more of a staple. Okay, aesthetically, though, is the super dewy glass skin look still the ultimate goal?
Well, the sources indicate a bit of a shift, actually. Glass skin with that really high shine seems to be giving way to something they're calling velvet skin.
Velvet skin, okay, what's that like?
It's more of a soft matte, diffused, kind of pore-blurred look, often achieved with special velvety primers and maybe powder-infused cushion foundations. They give this smooth, almost airbrushed finish, but without looking flat or heavy.
Interesting. A focus on texture and finish rather than just pure shine. And apparently makeup's getting psychological too. Mood palettes.
Yeah, it sounds a bit abstract, I know. But the sources mention mood color palettes, so makeup shades and collections designed based on color psychology principles,
Huh.
linked to evoking specific feelings or states of mind, like a calm palette or a brave one or serene.
That's really interesting, choosing your makeup, not just based on your outfit or skin tone, but maybe how you want to feel or present yourself emotionally that day.
Exactly. It connects beauty to emotional well-being. It even ties back subtly to that neurocosmetics idea we talked about, the idea that beauty impacts how we feel, and maybe how we feel impact our beauty choices. It's all converging.
It really does seem to be. Okay, another big area, clearly driven by consumer values this time, is the move towards more conscious consumption. Your sources detail eco-beauty and ethical trends.
Yes. This is a significant and growing focus, for sure. Waterless beauty is booming. It's a way to reduce water waste in the actual formulations and also cuts down on transportation weight and emissions.
Right, like solid bars or powders you mix yourself.
Exactly. Products like powder-to-liquid serums, solid cleansing bars, highly concentrated formulas that you dilute at home. Dear Claire's waterless vitamin C powder is mentioned. You activate it with your toner.
That's a really clever way to reduce both the product volume and the environmental footprint of all that water usage.
And the focus is going beyond just ticking the clean beauty boxes. It's emphasizing vegan plus fermented options, often combined with a big push for low-waste packaging. Brands like Neogen, Haru Haru Wonder, and Purito are mentioned as really leading the charge here, aligning those ethical choices with sophisticated formulation techniques.
So combining doing good with high performance. And what about this other innovative approach? Upcycled ingredients.
Yeah. Using waste products.
Exactly. Turning things that would normally be thrown out like food waste, think orange peels, rice husks, even used coffee grounds.
No way.
Yeah, turning them into beneficial beauty ingredients, maybe exfoliants, extracts, or components for masks. And this is often paired with refillable packaging initiatives too, creating a much more circular approach to beauty production. That's fantastic for sustainability, literally turning trash into treasure, beauty treasure.
It really shows a commitment from brands driven by consumers to reduce environmental impact across the whole product lifecycle. It's not just marketing fluff anymore.
Okay, so based on all this, your sources also highlight some emerging brands to watch, the ones really embodying these forward-thinking trends. Who should listeners maybe keep an eye on?
Yeah, there are a few names that kept popping up in the material as real innovators. Torridon is one known for its strong focus on barrier-repairing formulas. Mixun champions simplicity and the power of, like, single-ingredient fermented extracts. Really pared back but potent.
And Bonjour, what's their angle?
They're noted for bringing sort of budget-friendly biotech skincare to a wider audience, making that advanced science more accessible.
Nice.
Then there's Seoris, which has this unique approach focusing on seasonal ingredients sourced directly from Korean farms, so they emphasize freshness and local sourcing.
Seasonal ingredients.
Yeah.
Like farm-to-face skincare.
Kinda, yeah. Using fresh, in-season botanicals when they're supposedly at their peak potency. And finally, Abib offers these very clinical-looking minimalist products that are apparently highly effective while keeping that clean, simple aesthetic.
That's a great list to explore if you're curious to actually try out some of these future trends firsthand.
For sure, they really represent different facets of where K-beauty innovation seems to be heading, from the ingredients to the philosophy to the ethics behind it all.
Okay, so pulling all this together then,
Yeah.
what does this deep dive into your sources really tell us about where Korean beauty is heading in 2025? And maybe more importantly, what does it mean for you trying to navigate the beauty landscape?
Well, the key takeaways seem pretty clear. 2025 K-beauty looks like it's going to be fundamentally defined by hyper-personalization, really enabled by tech, advanced science digging into the microbiome and that fascinating mind-skin connection, a sophisticated kind of minimalism achieved through smart hybrid formulations, and running through it all, this foundational emphasis on nurturing and repairing the skin barrier.
It sounds less about just mindlessly collecting trendy products, and more about a highly informed, tailored approach.
Yeah.
Buying and using what's genuinely smart, effective, and maybe even environmentally conscious for your skin's specific needs and your own values.
Absolutely. The days of just following the latest fad seem to be evolving into something more, well, more integrated, a scientific, conscious relationship with your skin health.
It's really clear, based on this material, that Korean beauty isn't just influencing the global industry anymore. It feels like it's actively defining where it's heading, pushing boundaries in science, tech, formulation, even ethical consumption.
Yeah. If you connect this to the bigger picture, right? It's about efficiency, true efficacy, grounded in deeper biology, consciousness, and personalization, all sort of converging,
Yeah.
creating a new era of skincare and makeup, really.
Which leads us nicely to a final thought for you, the listener, to consider as you think about your own routine, considering how science, tech, and ethics are all converging in K-beauty, which, let's face it, is often seen as the industry's crystal ball. How might your own approach to caring for your skin realistically evolve in the next few years?
Yeah, will you find yourself maybe embracing AI recommendations someday soon? Seeking out products that target your specific microbiome? Simplifying your routine with those powerful hybrids? Or maybe prioritizing brands with really clear ethical sourcing and sustainable practices?
Definitely plenty to ponder as these trends inevitably make their way from Seoul to the rest of the world.